Once again, we're looking at Samsung smart things, and this time it's the smart power outlet. Okay, so those of you subscribed to the channel will know that a month or so ago I bought the Samsung SmartThings starter kit. That came with a few things, one of them being a smart power outlet, but I've decided to buy a couple more, and I thought I'd explain quickly why that is, what you get in the box, and just very briefly about setting it up. So, one of the good and bad things, I guess, depending on how you look at it, about these types of products, the hue bulbs are exactly the same, is obviously range can be an issue. So depending on how far away you are from that main hub, is going to decide whether these things can talk to each other. The good thing about it is the more of these you have, the broader the coverage. Basically it creates a mesh network which enables you to add more things and increase the range. So as mentioned before, here the office or the cave is separate from the house, so the hub is some distance away, and basically anything I have over here can't speak directly to the hub, so we need to increase the range. And you can only do that with powered devices. So there's various SmartThings products that utilize a battery, and they basically can't extend the mesh network. So I decided to buy a couple more of these smart power outlets, see how I get on. So these things, like all SmartThings, not super cheap, it's around £45, but all of these switches are kind of the same price. It's not like, oh well, you know, the WeMo is super cheap compared to this. So what do you get in the box? Not super exciting. Obviously, open the box. Inside we have a quick start guide, which we don't really need. And then we have it, the SmartThings power outlet plug. So I'll just pop the box to one side here. The thing I like about these is I think they're relatively discreet. So it looks a bit like you know, an adapter plug. Obviously here in the UK we have 3-pin, depending on your country you have a different pin alignment. And basically on the sides you have a little LED, it lights up blue, and these little push switches. So this enables you to turn the product on and off without using the smart hub to do it. So you don't have to use your phone, or obviously tie it in with your Echo to turn it on. If you want to, you can press on off there. And so the reason I like this is it just seems more reliable. So the WeMo switch that I spoke about before, I started to have some reliability issues with that in terms of time. So I'm using this on a heater over here, and I have it to come on and off at certain times. And it basically started doing its own thing. It seemed to have lost some kind of sync with the time server. No matter how many times I reset it, update firmware, didn't seem to happen. So I got these. So the good news is this is extending the range. So I have one of these plugged in the garage, and that's extending the range all the way up here, so it's working into the heater. Setting these things up are super simple. You basically open the app, as long as somehow the device you plug in can speak to the hub, so it's obviously constantly polling or pinging, and you see it comes up with outlet detected. From there you can rename the outlet, so I've named this upstairs cave heater. Then you see it pairs with the hub, no problem whatsoever. Then when you want to go to do automation, you basically select obviously the device you're automating from a drop down. You choose what you want it to do, so turn on at a certain time or turn on a certain action, and you can do that, and you can set the different days of what you want to do. One of the things that I do like about this that I didn't know it did until recently is a bit like the WeMo. You can, when you connect to it, you can see how much power it's drawing. So it doesn't keep a log of it, but you can see at the time, you know, the heater's using 2000 watts, and obviously then when it's off, it's not drawing any current. Works really well with the Amazon Echo. The biggest problem that I found though, and if you guys know the answer, be much appreciated. Still trying to see if Samsung will respond. I can't get this thing to turn off at a PM time. So when you're in the settings and you're setting the on and off times, I'll show a little picture here. You set it, so I'm trying to get it to turn off at 1 PM. No matter how many times you select PM, it always changes to AM. Nothing you seem to be able to do about it. I've tried different modes, I've tried resetting it, always changes to AM. So basically right now this is the only problem that I have. It's turning on at the right time, but obviously then isn't turning off because it wants to turn off at 1 AM in the morning. I want to turn off at 1 PM. So I'm just doing that manually with a voice command. I'm sure there's other things that I could do to make this work better, or perhaps create a different automation to work around that. That kind of defeats the object. So I think if you're looking for a smart plug, if you have Samsung smart things, definitely recommend checking out one of these power outlets. Definitely consider using these if you want to find a reasonably priced way to extend that mesh network across a larger span of area. So yeah, Samsung SmartThings power outlet. It's pretty good. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.